Well, once the camera's rolling, you're spending money. And time is money, and so all that preparation that you put into in pre-production is now going to pay off. And the more you did, the better off you're going to be at this point.
We need our people in here. We're close.
They're right here.
Hit it. Camera speed.
Smoke. And action.
Due to the fact that when you're on set, things are moving at such a high rate, it's crucially important that there's order. And if there's not order, things are going to start to fall apart, and things are going to fall through the cracks.
The first AD is the one who pretty much runs the set.
You set up a shot, you take the time to rehearse it. Once all your elements are in place, we get the set quiet, which is quiet on set. Your next step is to roll sound, which is rolling. Once sound is up to speed, you're going to roll your camera, which gets your film rolling. At that point, the director, when he's ready, calls action. We run the scene until the director is happy, and then he calls cut. Yeah. Here we go, guys. Let's roll sound. Sound speed, roll camera.
And camera speed.
Hit it.
Marker.
Camera set.
Action. And cut.
7.
Cut.
Good, check it.
Check the good.
Everybody has their part, and as long as everyone plays their part, it comes together right. Once someone slacks up, then that's when it starts getting rough. It starts making everyone's job harder.
On set, there's a certain hierarchy of roles and jobs on set. And you'll hear on set, roll camera, action, cut, check the gate, all these different things.
And the only way to achieve order is that everybody's done their job and everybody has taken into consideration everything that they need to in order to do their job the best that they can possibly do it.
Cut. Let's go back to 1.
7.
As a director of photography, I don't call roll, I don't call cut, unless there's a big problem on set or something wrong with my camera. And even then, I would make sure to have that conversation with the director up front.
It's everyone else's responsibility to make sure that they're obeying those orders and following what he's saying or what she's saying. Otherwise, chaos ensues. And if there's chaos on the set, watch out, there's trouble.
The person who is in charge of the set is the first AD, and they are the ones who basically say, everybody to their places, roll camera.
Your first AD is your general. He's the one that's going to man the set. He's the one that's calling out everything. He's the one that's thinking 3 setups ahead of time, making sure that generator's moved, making sure that we're preparing for what's to come. And the first AD is the one that does that.
Give me an ETA on Yosef.
If you've got a great first AD, you don't even notice it. It just moves smooth. If you've got a bad first AD, you are fighting the clock nonstop. The call sheet is really your blueprint for the day. And it really lays out from down to what time everybody needs to arrive, to what time we're having lunch, what actors are working that day, how many extras we're working, what props are working, what sets we're on, what time periods we're in. It really lays everything out. It is the map for the day. And you get that call sheet the night before, and it's important that you look it over to make sure that you, whatever department you're in, you're ready for the next day. Because on set, once you're there, it's too late.
The call sheet is based on the wider schedule, which is a breakdown of the script, and it tracks all the shots and scenes that we have to do every day. And then it helps you keep track of what you've shot and what you still owe and still need to shoot.
I keep track of what roll we're on, what sound roll. I name the shot. I say who's in the shot. I write down where they're looking, if it's camera right or camera left, if they enter, camera right or camera left. And I jot down little notes like which hand they might pick something up with, or on which line do they stand up, things like that. I'm responsible for continuity, and I take all the notes that go to the editor.
Their job is making sure I have the ring on in the same scene. That I have the blood over here, and even that, you know, it's not that easy for them to be on task with that. There's so many. They're dealing with the camera, with the angle, with the lens size, with the stock, the type of film that's. They're dealing with the, you know, the distance the camera is from. They're dealing with all the things that are in the frame. You know, was you know, this glass over here, this bottle over here. What was the actor wearing? They're just dealing with so much. It becomes the actor's job to make sure that I do have the, you know, the glasses in my hand in the same scene. Because you know what? At the end of the day, if I don't, we shoot it, I'm going to look like the idiot.
I line the script, so the straight lines running vertical indicate which part in that particular shot, what part of the script is covered. For instance, like if a person's talking, you can see their mouth moving, that would be covered, so that would get a straight line. And if one of the actors wasn't in the frame, or if it was like over their shoulder, but you know, you couldn't see their face, that would get the squiggly line.
I think that the hardest part of shooting big game for me was when we were out in the Afghanistan set and everyone was subject to the elements. It was hot. The one set that was enclosed in 120-degree weather, it was a bit grueling. And there was so much that we had to accomplish in such a short amount of time. Keeping to that schedule was tough. I think that the easiest part of shooting was probably when we were in one location for a couple of days. Being that the shoot was only 5 days, it was kind of a luxury, and we were in the interrogation set for a day and a half. And that was probably the easiest because it was one set. It was very little, you know, changing the camera. It was shooting the whole scene from all the different angles, and it was pretty easy to get all the coverage that we needed to make sure that those scenes would cut together.